is for various scholarships, and students who are interested in pursuing tertiary education would also use this time to complete their various applications to ensure that they are accepted for the 2024 academic cycle. And so there are a few, as I said, which are currently available, and currently we have the Taiwan ICDF scholarship. That is not a new scholarship. We are very aware of this one. It is one that has been a mainstay for us here on St. Kitts and Nevis, and so registration is currently open for the Taiwan ICDF scholarship. Of course, we know that the Ministry of Human Resources, there at the Social Security Building, Penny's Estate, is the hub for any information related to scholarships on the island. And so the Ministry of Human Resources has received the call for the Taiwan ICDF Scholarships 2024. Interested persons are encouraged to exploit the opportunities made available by the Taiwan government. Please note that this scholarship applies to individuals desirous of pursuing degrees at the master's and PhD level. Application guidelines. Applicants are required to study Mandarin via the Taiwan ICDF School YouTube channel, and they shared that channel. Upon completion of the Mandarin course, applicants will have to complete a Mandarin quiz. Interested applicants must apply online, and there is a link for you to click on, and I'll let you know where you can go to get the electronic version of this document that I'm reading. You must provide a copy of the applicant's passport or other photo ID showing proof of nationality, 2 copies of the original applicant's certificates of highest level of education and academic transcript, and they must be either in English or Chinese. Applicants are requested to provide a photocopy of their English proficiency certificate. Please note that the individuals can only apply to one university, and the application should be emailed to that university as well. The completed applications must be printed, signed, and submitted to the Ministry of Human Resources there at the Social Security Building by Thursday, February 8th, 2024 for onward processing. And if you have any questions or for further information, you can reach out, if you're in Nevis, to the ladies at the Ministry of Human Resources, Miss Carissa Griffin, Mrs. Shelley Liebert, or Mrs. Shanola Murray-Gill, and they will be more than happy to help you. If you're in St. Kitts, you can reach out to Mrs. Carol Body, Ministry of Education, there on St. Kitts, or we can reach out to Mr. Lee, Embassy of China, Taiwan, Taylor's Range, Bastyr, St. Kitts. This information can be found on the Human Resources Facebook page, NIA-HR Scholarships, and you should be able to ask any questions, as I said, of our colleagues there at the Ministry of Human Resources if you need any further information. So that current scholarship, which is open, it caters for the master's level as well as the PhD level, and we encourage students as far as possible to apply to any scholarships or apply for any scholarships which may arise. You know, the cost of education is sometimes astronomical, and with all of the global increases, we know that it is definitely a challenge, and so we encourage you to apply. I know in short order there will also be, because there are usually 2 scholarships which are offered by the government of Taiwan, of China and Taiwan, and so we will look forward to that second call as well, which would include bachelor's degree candidates. We also know that there are several opportunities available through the UWI Global Campus, St. Kitts and Nevis, and the University of the West Indies Global Campus, St. Kitts and Nevis, offers short courses for professional development, workforce development, and personal enrichment. And there's a list of short courses for semester 2, which starts in January, and the deadline for application is December 31st. That's the end of this month, 2023. And for more information, you can go to the UWI Global Campus website, or you can send an email to saint.kits@open.ue.edu or 465-219-662-44559. So, as I said, there are many courses available to you, and we want you to really take the time to reach out and to see which of these courses are available and which ones you're interested in. It's always good for us to pursue continuous professional development opportunities because they help to shape us. They might not be, necessarily be degreed courses, but that level of continued professional development is helpful to continue to shape us as professionals. And if you are in Nevis, the numbers to call 469-0389 and 469-7832. So some of the courses available include Advanced Introduction to Counseling, and that's 13 weeks at $810. Advanced Supervisory Management, 13 weeks at $810. Business Writing and Communication 2, 10 weeks at $600. Effective Leadership and Management, 10 weeks at $600. Entrepreneurship and Business Theory and Practice, 10 weeks at $600. Essential ICT for Office Administrators, 10 weeks at $600. Intermediate Excel, 6 weeks at $400. Introduction to Data Analysis Tools, 10 weeks at $600. Introduction to Digital Marketing, 10 weeks at $600. Introduction to Real Estate Law, 10 weeks, $600. Law for Human Resources Practitioners, 10 weeks at $600. Managing Conflict and Communication, 10 weeks at $600. And Project Management, 13 weeks at $810. Spanish for Travel and Business, 12 weeks at $810. All of these are available for you. Most of them are available online as well, so it's helpful. You don't have to necessarily go anywhere. And so just reach out to the UE Global Campus and they'll be able to help you. Of course, on Nevis, the UE Global Campus is located upstairs. The Ministry and Department of Education located there at Marion Heights. So if you want to stop in, if you have any questions, you can stop by, and Miss Wallace will be more than happy to assist you with any questions or concerns that you may have. All right, so just before but when we closed out last week, I mentioned that we had some very interesting debates scheduled for last Saturday. I'll speak to those in a few. I want to commend the team who worked on that. But before we speak to the debates and what happened last week, we will take a short break and we'll be right back.
City St. Kitts, keep it sweet. Keep listening to Vaughn.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's you on the go. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. The storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I am Zanella Claxton from the Ministry of Education, and we're so happy to be here with you today. As I said just before the break, on the weekend, last Saturday, we had the opportunity to witness, to participate in the first post-COVID in-house debate hosted by the Nevis Sixth Form College, and the debates were, I think, of a very high standard, especially considering that our students had never been part of the interscholastic debate opportunity during their late high school or early sixth form careers, and so they did a remarkable job. And I want to take this opportunity to say thank you and commendations firstly to the teachers and the administration of the Charlestown Secondary School and Nevis Sixth Form. Particularly, I know that the leads for the Nevis Literary Innovating Society worked assiduously. I saw them working. I'm not going to call too many names for fear of missing any of the names. However, I want to commend all of you for a job well done. It was well executed, and the students, as I said, were prepared, and they debated at a very high level. The first moot for the evening was volunteerism or community service should form part of the requirements to obtain certification for the Nevis Sixth Form College, and that moot saw the opposition. Let me make sure I have it correctly. For that moot, we saw the winners of that first debate was the proposition, and the best speaker was Rishikesh Srinivasan. And of course, they all did well, the proposition and as well as the opposition. Then in the second debate, we saw Miss Kelana Parry emerging as the best speaker, and the second debate went to the proposition. And the moot for that second debate was social media is the leading cause of risky behaviors among youths today. And as I said, all of the students did well, and we want to commend them for the high level of discourse, the high level of participation. We had other students there who are part of the Literary and Debating Society but who may not have been debaters, and so we want to commend them. I also want to extend commendations to Ms. Doris Stanley. She is the president of the Literary and Debating Society, and she also debated in the first on the opposition side for the first moot. I also say commendations to the two ladies who joined us last time. We had Kalia Huggins-Simmons and Michaela Maynard. They also debated during the course of that evening, and so we want to commend them for that as well. And then we had Miss Lachelle Herbert. I think that would have covered, and Kelana Parry, that would have covered all of the participants, and not to forget Mr. Jaron Webb, who was part of the winning team. He worked along with Rishikesh for the first debate, and they won that first debate. So the winning team comprised of Rishikesh and Jaron Webb, and the proposition, as I said, was able to emerge winner. And we as I said, were very impressed, and we commend all parties. We start the journey now, and the journey is towards the 2024 debating competition, and so we look forward to supporting our students. And we, like we did when they were here a few weeks ago, we invited everyone to support the weekend of February 29th through March 2nd, and the debates will take place on St. Kitts. If you are interested in supporting the students through their research and preparation process. We encourage you to also come on board. We know, and as someone who has participated in the process, we know that it is a daunting one, it's a challenging one, it's a time-consuming one, and the students are balancing this process as well as preparations for their 2024 examination cycle, and so any help that they can get, I know, will be greatly appreciated. It would be remiss of me if I did not say a special thank you to the persons who performed official roles during the evening. We had Mr. Kejel Smitten, and he was the moderator for both debates. We also had our judges in the persons of Mr. John Hanley, Mr. Stevenson Manners, and Mrs. Sheila Patricia Hanley. And we had the judges for the best speaker in the persons of Mrs. Curlin Merchant Liebert, and Mr. Chris Liebert, sorry. And so we greatly appreciate their support, and they were able to give the students some advice that will help them as they navigate, as I said, the next part of this very important journey. I cannot underscore enough the importance of supporting them. Nevis will debate on the first night, all things being equal and all things going according to plan. Nevis will be expected to debate on the first night of the discussions, which will commence, as I said, on February 29th. That will be the first night, and then we'll go from there. And so we expect that level of support. We will share information with you as the weeks and months go on, so that you will have an idea of what to expect and how you can support. If you are available, just reach out to the Nevis Sixth Form, the admin team there at the Charlestown Secondary School and Nevis Sixth Form, and you can support. You can pledge your support in kind, meaning your time or guidance or research or anything along that line, or you can pledge your support financially as well. We know that even though it will be in St. Kitts, the process of participating in these debates is very expensive, and the reality is that over the years, I know the costs have been inflated. They are significantly higher, and so we want to encourage you to support them as far as possible. I also want to share with you, I know we're not in January yet, but it's important that we share with you some of the upcoming dates, and just to know that we will release the track and field calendar for 2024 early in January, and so that will be shared out so that you can plan accordingly. I know parents and guardians and the general community tend to want an idea or some insights as to what the track and field should look like. And so ahead of that, or to kick off the season as per usual, is the EPPS, the annual anniversary relay festival hosted by the Elizabeth Pemberton Primary School. And so as you save your dates, that is expected to take place on January 21st, 2024. So that's your first save the date. Many more to come. As I said, we will release the entire calendar for the season early so that you are aware of what is expected, and so that you can plan accordingly. I want to encourage, as I often do and always do, parents, and I'm starting very early. I'm encouraging every stakeholder to exercise balance during this process. We should not and cannot expect that term 2 will be a lost term academically, and so we need to see that level of balance. We encourage scheduling on our end to take place in such a way that students have the opportunity to focus on ensuring that they're meeting the basic requirements or exceeding those requirements for their grade level. And we encourage parents and coaches and everyone else to encourage children to see that we can get very far in any sport, but we can get even further if we find that place of balance. There are there's a minimum number of subjects that you would need to have if you're trying to access a scholarship for track and field or football or any type of scholarship, there are minimum requirements, and so we encourage you to stay focused. We don't want our athletes, whether at primary or secondary level, to lose sight of that, because that balance is what will take them to the next level. I know that we are often concerned about our athletes not making it to the next level, whether it be competitively or academically, and so together we can make the difference. Together we can ensure that we insist that these are our non-negotiables. And as I've said to my other colleagues within education, both Education Etal, both on the athletic end and the academic end, if we hold each other accountable and we support each other through the process, our students will be successful, because we have to definitely model that expectation of excellence in all fronts. While we enjoy the hype of the activities, we have to make sure that we are providing our students with the most fair opportunity, the fairest opportunity possible to access the entire gamut of opportunities that may be available to them. And so we are going to transition. Of course, today is the third Saturday of the month. We will transition to the ECCB Children's Connection program after this break, and we will be able to, when we return, we'll learn about the ECCB's opportunities and what has been prepared for our students. So as we transition, please remind our children that they have opportunities to call in. Prior to that, it is important for them to listen, because information is shared, and then they will have some questions to answer. Some persons have not collected their prizes for the ECCB Children's Connection program. Those can be collected at the Department of Education at Marian Heights. So we'll take a break, and when we return, we'll transition to the ECCB Children's Connection program.
From the Caribbean's powerhouse.
Merry Christmas from all of us to you. It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's youth on the go. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. The storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right, we are so happy to be here with all of our boys and girls this morning. Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the ECCB Children's Connection program. I'm your host, Zanella Claxton, and of course, my co-host was not able to be with us today, and so we are going to interact with each other. I might ask for some help, some extra help from you boys and girls if I need it, but we'll be able to have a good time and learn a lot in relation to what we have in store for you today. All right, and so we are so happy though to be back with you for this edition of the ECCB Children's Connection program. Today we will feature ECCB at 40, the ECCB at 40 Spotlight, and during that time we will focus on Sir Arthur Lewis. He is a St. Lucian economist. A St. Lucian economist, and his name is Sir Arthur Lewis. So we'll take a break, and when we get back, we will look at the ECCB at 40 Spotlight, and then we'll go into today's lesson.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know, we're gonna have a great time. An hour passes quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's youth on the go. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go, let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. With storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right, and hi there again, boys and girls. As we said, we are here with you today for the ECCB Children's Connection program, and it's time for our ECCB at 40 Spotlight. Now, I'm flying solo today, so I'm going to need all of you to pay attention, and of course, for you to then be able to respond after we've shared the information. Today, we will focus on Sir Arthur Lewis, and Sir Arthur Lewis is a St. Lucian economist. That means he is from St. Lucia, right? He's an economist who's from St. Lucia. And I don't know about you, but from time to time I've heard, for example, adults might say this, I only want a Lewis, or I only want an Arthur Lewis. And that just means that if you have ever seen or taken a close look at the EC $100 bill, there is an image on it. And that image, you will notice, is the face of Sir Arthur Lewis. If you've never seen a $100 bill, you've never heard the reference to having an Arthur Lewis or Lewis, ask your parents to show you. It's Christmas time. Some of you might get some next weekend. And so take a look and see the face of Sir Arthur Lewis at the back of the EC $100 bill. But it's not enough for you to just look at the $100 bill and see him. We're going to learn a bit more about him. And so we'll tell you a bit about Sir Arthur Lewis. In 1996, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank introduced a very important event called the Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Lecture to honor the late St. Lucian economist who served the region well for many years before his death. Sir Arthur Lewis was born in St. Lucia in 1915 and died in Barbados in 1991 at the age of 76. The first Sir Arthur Memorial Lecture took place on Thursday, November 14th, 1996 in St. Lucia, and is just one way in which the ECCB has seen it fit to honor Sir Arthur Lewis and his truly remarkable life and legacy. Sir Arthur Lewis had many firsts. He was the first black student at the London School of Economics, the first black teacher at the London School of Economics, the first faculty member at the University of Manchester in the United Kingdom, and the first black full professor at Princeton University in the United States. He was the first and remains the only black person ever to have won a Nobel Prize in the science subjects. Sir Arthur Lewis has appeared on the EC $100 bill for 30 years now, since the ECCB issued a new series of currency notes in October 1993 to coincide with its 10th anniversary. And so you can tell, if you add 10, the 10th anniversary, and the 30 years since he's been on the dollar bill, the $100 bill, sorry, you would note that that ECCB is celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. Okay, so we have learned a bit about Sir Arthur Lewis, and I'm hoping, boys and girls, that you were able to take some notes and that you were able to retain some of it. And so, as I said, some of you were able to look at the $100 bill to see what his face looks like. And now you can share what you've learned with your friends at school, with your cousins and any of the other children in your homes. You can share as much as you can remember about the great Sir Arthur Lewis. In fact, he, as we said, had many, many, many firsts. And all of you out there, boys and girls, you have opportunities to be the first of many things as well. And so we hope that you will be inspired by the life and legacy of the St. Lucian economist who had a great impact on us here in the Caribbean, Sir Arthur Lewis. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Connecting the children of our UC region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real living. They're linking the children with excellent mentoring.
All right, so welcome back, friends. We hope you enjoyed learning about Sir Arthur Lewis. Remember, you will be quizzed on what you just learned, so we hope that you took your notes. Today, we're going to start our lesson with a short story that I'll share with you. And of course, we will keep listening, keep locked in to ensure that we are following. Jaden and his friends were talking about what they would like their parents to get them for Christmas. Jaden wasn't sure what he wanted. It was a toss-up between a new BMX bike or a pair of earbuds like the ones his big sister got for her birthday. His friend Dion had gotten a BMX bike last year, and Jaden had always admired all of the tricks that Dion could do with it when they played in the park. He decided that's what he wanted. When Jaden's dad got home from work, he excitedly started telling his dad about getting him the new BMX bike for Christmas. Dad was happy that Jaden finally decided what he wanted and asked him about the cost of the bike. Jaden's friend Dion had already told him how much his BMX bike costs. And Jaden, with a wide grin on his face, immediately told his dad that the bike would cost around $900. Wow! Exclaimed Jaden's dad. That's a lot of money. Jaden was very concerned when his dad said that, because he had a feeling that his dad would say that they could not afford to buy him a bike. What about if I contribute $600 and you come up with the rest? Dad told him. But I only have about $100 in my piggy bank from my last birthday money, said Jaden. Well, it looks like you have to earn the rest of the money to get your bike, said his dad. What do you mean, earn? Asked Jaden. It means that you have to do some work in order to make money, said his dad. Jaden's dad went on to tell him all about the days when he was a young boy and had to learn to work hard to earn money for what he wanted. After hearing his dad's stories, Jaden asked his dad how he could earn the extra money he needed for his bike. After all, he was only 10 years old. I thought you would never ask, said his dad, and gave him a long list of things that he could help with around the house and even in the neighborhood. After helping with various chores and working with some of his neighbors for 3 weeks, Jaden earned the rest of the money he needed for his bike. He boasted to his friends at school that he was going to get a BMX bike for Christmas. And so we're so happy to hear the story about Jaden and his bike and his wishes and what he had to do to earn money. But let's take a closer look at this situation. If Jaden's bike costs $900 and his dad was going to contribute $600, how much did Jaden have to earn to get the full cost of the bike? And his dad kind of gave him the tip during the conversation. If you would remember, Jaden needed $300 to cover the cost. Now, how did we get to that answer of $300? Well, we know that the bike comes at a cost of $900. Then you subtract the amount of money that his dad was willing to give him, which was $600. So $900 minus $600 would help us to get to the answer, right? Jaden said he only had $100 in his piggy bank. So then the next question, if he had to contribute $100, or he had $100 to contribute through his piggy bank, and the total amount that he had to earn or to gain or to contribute was $300. The big question for all of you boys and girls, and I'm hoping that you're thinking about it, is how much did Jaden really need to earn to get the money to purchase the bike? And to get the answer, we would have to take the $300, which was the difference, which Jaden needed to contribute, and subtract the amount of money that Jaden already had. So he had $100. So $300 minus $100 would give us the total amount of money that Jaden needed to contribute to get to his goal. Now, there are several chores that Jaden could have done, and his dad gave him a list, and unfortunately his dad did not share the list with us, so we can only assume what he had to do to get the remainder of the money. His dad already, however, said to him that he could do things at home and around the house. He could also do things in the community, right? And so there are many things that Jaden could do to help around the house. He could help his dad to clean the yard, do the dishes, help clean the house, help wash the car, take care of the family, pets, and many other things. And I know that you boys and girls, during this Christmas time, your brains are on overload and overdrive, trying to think of ways in which you can earn some extra money to be able to go to Christmas Eve night next week, or to be able to buy that gift that you want to get, or that special thing that you want to get that your parents may say costs too much money. So he, in addition to working around the house, he also had the opportunity and the option to assist around the community to earn some money. Some of the things that he could possibly have done includes helping around the neighborhood through taking care of his neighbors' yards, running errands, washing their cars as well, assisting the elderly, and much more. Jaden could also become an entrepreneur to earn money. Now, what is or who is an entrepreneur? And maybe I'm hoping that the experience that Jaden had with his dad and raising the money for this particular activity and his particular goal helped him to start his journey to entrepreneurship. An entrepreneur is someone who starts and runs his or her own business to earn money. You are never too young to think of an idea for a business and become an entrepreneur. There are many children across the world, as young as you or even younger, who have started their own small businesses. And as you think about it, there's some small businesses that you could start. If, for example, with Jaden, some of the things that he did to earn money, perhaps he could have started a little car washing business where he offered services for his neighbors. That's entrepreneurship. And so Jaden could turn helping his neighbors into a small business. For example, he could volunteer to water their plants and create a business opportunity, negotiate with them to water their plants at a minimal cost, clean their yards, or do chores for them. And that, boys and girls, is a great way for you to start your entrepreneurship journey. He could also set up a lemonade stand to sell fresh lemonades to his neighbors and friends. Some of you might have certain fruits in your yard. You could start a smoothie stand to sell fresh smoothies, fresh fruit smoothies to your neighbors. There are other goodies that he could make with the help of his parents to sell to his friends and to school. So we should never be afraid, no matter how young or old we may be, to use our creativity and imagination to come up with ideas. We have used the word earn a lot so far. So boys and girls, I want to share with you, we want to share the definition of what the word earn means. To earn means to receive something in return for the effort you put into something, especially for the work you do or services you carry out for others. So when you work, you earn money, whether you are working for someone or for yourself as an entrepreneur. Different types of jobs pay different amounts of money in different ways. In some jobs, people earn their money per hour. So the more hours they work at that job, the more money they earn. We've been doing a lot of math today, boys and girls, but if we had to do some more, if you work 20 hours a week at $10 an hour, how much would that person earn? If someone works 20 hours a week at $10 an hour, how much money would that person earn over the course of the week, right? 20 hours, you'll have to multiply that 20 hours by the $10 per hour, and you will get the total of $200. So technically, Jaden just needed to work 20 hours at $10 an hour to be able to get the money he needed to purchase his bike. Some jobs pay a salary. A salary is a set amount of money paid to an employee at regular times for work done. This means that a person's pay is not calculated by the hour, as we spoke about just before, but he or she earns the same amount of money every week or month, regardless of any extra hours that he or she may have worked. And that leads us to a big question, which only you can answer because it's an individual question. Would you prefer to work for a salary or per hour? Okay, of course there's no correct answer, and so you might think about some of these things. Hourly pay encourages people to work hard. You have to work for each hour and you get paid based on what you do. With hourly pay, people can make a lot of money if they're willing to work more hours. Salary pay can be often higher than hourly pay. When earning a salary, you don't have to worry about missing an hour of work because you will still get paid, and perhaps that's something that we should look into, which one works best for us, right? And so whether it be hourly pay or if we want to work for a salary, that is up to us, and the preference of course would be different for each person. But remember, we said to earn means to receive money in return for work someone did for others or for himself or herself. If someone steals, they did not earn that money. It is important to earn money legally, boys and girls. Stealing is illegal and you can get in trouble. All right? And so illegal just means something that's illegal is against the law. It's wrong. It breaks rules, and we should try to avoid these things at all times. Earning money is something that we all have to think about in order to afford our needs and wants. And today we learned that we are never too young to earn money. 10-year-old Jaden wanted a BMX bike, so he had to work to earn the amount of money he needed. We can earn money by working for others or becoming entrepreneurs and work for ourselves. It is also very important to remember that being an entrepreneur is not only for grown-ups. Children also have brilliant ideas and they can turn into businesses or of their own as long as they're willing to do so. We also learned about the ways people get paid when they work. A person can get paid by the hour, so the more hours they work, the more money they earn. People also get paid a salary, which is a flat amount earned at a regular time period, such as weekly or monthly. Let's take a quick break and we will be right back with the call-in segment. Hope you are taking your notes and that you'll be able to answer the questions given.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real good living. They're linking the children with excellent mentoring.
Welcome back, boys and girls, and of course, you know, we shared a lot of information with you, and we're going to have a call-in segment. We only have a few minutes today, so what I'll do is call the 5 questions quickly, and you can call us at 469-1616, 469-1700. We'll put the questions on the table. We'll transition into our value lesson, and you can keep calling throughout until the end of the show. Question 1. On which EC currency note can you find the image of Sir Arthur Lewis? On which EC currency note can you find the image of Sir Arthur Lewis? Question 2. To blank means to receive something in return for the effort you put into something, especially for work you do or services you carry out for others. To blank means to receive something in return for the effort you put into something, especially for work you do or services you carry out for others. Question 3. A blank is a set amount of money paid to an employee at regular times for work done. A blank is a set amount of money paid to an employee at regular times for work done. Question 4. A person who starts and runs his own business is known as a blank. A person who starts and runs his own business is a blank. And the question 5, true or false, one method to pay employees is by using an hourly rate. True or false? One method to pay employees is by using an hourly rate. We're going to keep the questions open for you. We're going to go into our values section, and if you call in, we'll just put you on hold and then get you in between. We're going to go over to my friend Oliver in a second, but do you know what it means to be responsible? That is a big word. Let's see what Oliver has to say.
Howdy, boys and girls, here we are again, back at Oliver's Treehouse. Well, what do you know, it's December, my favorite time of the year. And today I will introduce our wise word, which is responsibility. Responsibility means you do the things you are supposed to do and accept the results of your actions. Here are some examples. Children have a responsibility to keep your surroundings clean, to learn your lessons, and express your feelings in a way that doesn't hurt other people. So for this holiday season, you can take responsibility and do something nice to bring joy to someone. My name is Oliver, and I am responsible for this message. Now back to your host.
Thank you so much, Oliver, for introducing our word for today. And of course, we shared it just before. But what did we learn from Oliver? We learned the importance of being responsible. And boys and girls, especially during this Christmas time, it is very important that you're responsible with the toys that you're going to get. It's very important that you're responsible with the money that you're going to get, that you don't spend all that you receive, and then you realize that later when school opens you have no money for lunch and you have to go and ask mommy and daddy for it when you could have helped by being responsible. There are ways that you can be responsible even when you're on vacation by helping in your home. You can also be responsible by helping at getting ready for school and ensuring that you're prepared for next school term. I know that we might not want to think about school, but that is part of being responsible. And as we talk about school, there are many children who don't mind being late for school. But being on time for school every day shows responsibility. As Oliver told us, we show responsibility by doing what we are supposed to do and accepting responsibility for our actions. We have a caller. Good morning. Good morning. That person might have to call back, but you can call us right back. Being late for school is not being responsible because we are expected to be on time. There are many ways that we can demonstrate responsibility, and some of those ways include cleaning your rooms, doing your chores, making sure that you complete your homework before you watch TV or you go on your phones or you go to play Roblox or any other games, taking care of your younger sibling, helping with your elderly parents, grandparents and neighbors, taking care of your pets. So all of those are ways in which you can be responsible, boys and girls, and all of these things show how responsible you are. We have a responsibility to teach others to do the same. Oliver encouraged us to take on the responsibility this holiday season to do something that will bring joy to someone. What is one thing that you can do to bring joy to others? All right, so boys and girls, that's something for you to think about. We have come to the end of the ECCB Children's Connection program, the last one for this year, 2023. We had a great time with you all year, and we look forward to fun lessons in 2024. We wish you all our listening friends a wonderful holiday season and blessed and happy new year. Until we meet you again in January, I am your host, Zanella Claxton. Let's talk again soon, but until then, be responsible and stay connected.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real good living. They're linking the children with excellent mentoring.
It is now 10 o'clock.
With all the power from the tower, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, VON